Hey everyone, welcome to part 4 of my Pokemon Violet Nuzlocke playthrough. If you'd like to catch up, make sure you check out episodes 1, 2, and 3. With that being said, let's jump right in. After our win against Brassius, I wasn't sure which challenge to tackle next, so I decided to train up my Pokemon over at East Province Area 1. The Tauros in this area were relentless. Let's go. Whoa! Wait, what? It just hit me mid-air, mid-jump. No! Oh my! These Tauros, they're not letting me leave. I eventually realized that they were fighting types. Yep, they're fighting types. So I sent out our best girl Leia since she's a fairy type, which is strong against fighting type Pokemon. Leia took down the wild Tauros one by one, unaffected by their intimidation tactics, until eventually she evolved into Dachbun. Dachbun? Am I saying that right? Anyway, let's move on. She also received a new ability called Well Baked, which allows her to absorb fire-type moves and strengthen her defenses while doing so. Toad also evolved into a Knucklestack since he was leeching the experience points gained by Leia. At this point, I thought it might be a good time to challenge the team star leader, Mela, since she was pretty much in the area. Her fire-type Pokemon would be a great matchup against Leia's ability, and they would be weak to Toad the rock-type. As I waltz up to their base, I'm contacted by the mysterious Cassiopeia, who recruited me to take out the leaders of Team Star in the first place. She briefs me on the situation and signs off. This guy named Clive also shows up to assist me, but it turns out that he was Professor Clavel in disguise. I steamroll through the Team Star grunt guarding the entrance and proceed to defeat 30 of Team Star's Pokemon in order to draw Mela's attention. And she comes out riding this crazy car that looks like it came straight out of Mad Max. At this point, my confidence was at an all-time high, especially with Leia and Toad by my side. Mela leads with Torkoal and I lead with Manny. Her Torkoal turns out to be as strong, if not stronger than my team, and I start to get worried. I switch in Leia right off the bat to absorb Torkoal's fire attack, only to get hit with a super effective Clear Smog right after. I foolishly kept Leia in the fight, and she ate another Clear Smog, which almost killed her. Things were off to a bad start, and I felt my confidence slipping away. I switched in Toad, and it became a race to see who could knock each other out first. Thankfully, Toad's rock-type moves were super effective and did the job, defeating Torkoal, but not without sustaining some major damages. Mela then sends out a Pokemon that I've never heard of before called Revavroom, and to my surprise, it's actually the car she's riding on. This thing has the health bar of a Dark Souls boss, which is never a good thing, so at this point, I was not sure if we'd make it out of this fight alive. I immediately terastallized Toad and managed to deal some damage to Revavroom, but he returns the favor by using Overheat, which almost kills Toad. Thankfully, Overheat causes Revavroom's special attack to drop greatly, but with every turn, he gets faster and faster until he pretty much outspeeds my entire team. He manages to almost kill Manny and Misty, so I sent out Mama Coco, who is able to hold her own for a bit, but Revavroom eventually overwhelms and almost kills her. I needed to weaken Revavroom's attacks, so I decided to send out Leia so she can use Baby Doll Eyes and lower his attack stat, knowing that this could very well be her last act. No! Oh, goodbye Leia! Oh, she's alive! Leia survives once again, and I switched out Misty only to find out that Confuse Ray doesn't work on Revavroom for some reason. He's a fire type, it should work! Misty somehow survives, and I make the switch back to Leia. She might be dead actually. No, not quite. I end up sacrificing Skadoosh so I can get Toad out safely in order to deal some big damage. Lowering Revavroom's attack stat was definitely working in our favor since Toad was able to survive a few more hits. I really did not want to lose any more Pokemon, so I came up with a plan. Okay, this is what I can do. We can actually just stall out this guy until all he has is struggle. Yeah, that's the way to do it. As long as we keep swapping in and out. No, this is so cheese. Oh my. Pokemon have 4 moves available to them, and each of those moves have power points, which means that Pokemon can only use each of those moves a certain number of times. Once all of the Pokemon's moves are out of power points, they use a move called Struggle, which damages themselves, eventually knocking them out. I know that Revavroom has Fire-type moves which are useless against Leia, and Normal-type moves which are useless against Misty, since she's a Ghost-type. So the plan was to switch between Misty and Leia whenever Revavroom uses a Normal or Fire-type move until he runs out of power points, causing him to struggle until he knocks himself out. It was definitely a solid plan, but after a while I realized that Revavroom has unlimited power points. It was inevitable, and Leia had to come out and sacrifice herself in order to hit Revavroom with one last baby doll eyes to guarantee that his damage would be low enough to allow my other Pokemon to survive and finish it off. We managed to barely win the fight against Mela with some heavy casualties. Losing Skadoosh meant that we have no more grass-type Pokemon on our team, and losing Leia, well, I don't have to explain how big of a loss that was. You did really good, buddy, and you'll be greatly missed. We get a sympathetic backstory about Mela and the other Team Star leaders. Penny gives me a bunch of materials for completing this challenge, and apparently she's working with Cassiopeia. We went to East Province Area 2 in order to catch some new teammates so we could fill the void left behind by Leia and Skadoosh. I was supposed to catch a Toedscool, which I guess is a variant of Tentacool, but instead we ran into a Rookie D, and we named him Tentamon. Over at the East Paldean Sea, I was supposed to catch a Mariani, but I stepped on a Pincurchin as I went to pick up an item, so we caught her and named her Pinky. I wandered into Alfornada Cavern all the way back at South Province Area 6, since I was kinda looking for a way to reach the Psychic-type gym leader, and I encountered a really strong Medicham. He definitely could have destroyed us, but thanks to the old and faithful Duskball, I caught him and we named him Poe. He's too high of a level, so he isn't going to listen to us for now. Oh, also Tentamon evolved into Corvusquire after this encounter. I'm pretty sure there are more challenges awaiting us, so tune in next time to see where this playthrough goes. But for now, thanks for watching, and if you're enjoying my Pokemon Nuzlocke content, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. I'll see you all in the next video. Take care, everyone.